99% of our patients and our residential patients are from the island of Puerto Rico. They are Puerto Ricans. They are native people who live on the island. We do see people from the mainland and from the East Coast, and Puerto Ricans from New York, and Puerto Ricans from Chicago. Apparently there's Puerto Ricans who live here in Cleveland. The Uber driver told me today there's a huge community of Puerto Ricans that live here. They have a parade. So there are Puerto Ricans everywhere, but most of the people that we see do live on the island, so it's really they're the local people. The other thing I would like to say is we did go to the store after the hurricane. You know, the hurricane comes and everything gets destroyed, and people go to the gas station and they go to the supermarket, and there was food. What was in the grocery store? It was canned vegetables and canned beans. There was tons of it, but that's not what people were buying. They were buying everything else, and we were the only people walking out of there with a bunch of canned chickpeas and canned mushrooms and canned broccoli and canned green beans. So it's really an education thing, especially in Puerto Rico. It had nothing to do with access for the most part. Yes, there were some pockets where they really couldn't get there and they had to helicopter in food, and of course the food that they helicopter in is just terrible. It's Spam and Coke, and so people did come back after the hurricane worse off than when the hurricane started. However, in the real world where they didn't have helicopters, they would have been fasting and they would have lost weight and they would have felt better, and
Could I add to that, please? It's very interesting, the question and the responses, because I was just discussing the other night with my wife Dawn. Whenever in Australia we have a shortage of the staple foods, the staples being meat, eggs, milk, bread and coffee, people panic as if the world's ending. Yeah, Vegemite, yeah. That's not quite a staple, Asa, not quite. But to us, we don't even eat them. If there's a milk strike or a milk shortage or a meat shortage or coffee or eggs or butter, we don't even worry because we don't have that in our house. Yet most people think they're staples and they become staples upon which to live healthily, which is a complete mistake. And as Joanna said, they're out eating beans and vegetables that don't go off very quickly, and this is what you need to do. Focus on this.